The hit Korean drama The Glory is set to release its second season, after winning the hearts of many viewers in 62 countries worldwide through Netflix. As revenge witch mastermind Dong-yoon has been preparing her entire life is just getting started. Many are curious about how the satisfying revenge story will unfold in the upcoming season. The writer has stated that the drama contains numerous metaphors and complex storylines. Would you like to find the hidden symbols the writer has left in the story? The fact that the drama poster is embroidered with Korean traditional needlework is interesting. Korean traditional needlework is an art that turns the flaws into beauty, and the process of creating the work itself contains more meaning than the work itself. The fact that the drama poster is expressed in embroidery seems to signify that Dong-yoon has been meticulously preparing for her entire life, stitching her pain and grudges one by one into the embroidery. After suffering unfairly at the age of 18, the embroidery poster contains many things that should not be overlooked. Various items are hanging on a large tree, as if the fruit is opening, along with the devil's trumpet flower. 1. The devil's trumpet. The trumpet flowers wrap around the tree and bloom widely in the entire frame, while angel's trumpet faces downward. The poster only shows devil's trumpet blooming towards the sky. The flower language of the devil's trumpet represents deception, transience, and has toxicity. In the first episode, the landlady points to the trumpet flower and says, "That one is an angel's trumpet that releases trumpets towards the earth, and that one is a devil's trumpet that blows trumpets towards the sky. Is it too arrogant for God to see? That's why the flower only emits fragrance at night." 2. The sun and the moon. In Korean traditional painting, the sun and the moon are often depicted in the same scene, which is a unique feature not found in Western art. The sun and the moon symbolize brightness, and there is no place in this world where they do not shine their light. In the poster, the sun has set and the moon is also in the sky. The sun has lost its light and the moonlight shines on Dong-yoon. This can be seen as a representation of Dong-yoon's cold heart, living only in dim light without the warmth of the sun. The characters in the drama can be divided into two categories: those who live in the bright night, where the sun always shines, and those who live in the dark night, where darkness persists. The bright night represents the perpetrators, including Yeonjin. Despite committing acts of school violence and murder, they believe they can silence teachers and the police with money, and do anything with it. They have lived their lives in the eternal light of the bright night. White night refers to a group of perpetrators. They believe that money gave them the power to control everything. Even if they committed school violence and caused the death of the victim, they could silence the police and prosecutors with their wealth, and control everything in their hands. Living in a distorted way with such thoughts, like a god, Yeonjin and the perpetrators have always lived in the white night, where there is light. However, on the opposite side of the bright night, there are people who have to live a life like the dark night, where they have to endure and survive even while being subjected to heinous acts. Dong-yoon, for example, can't even laugh freely, due to her fear of forgetting the pain of her past, which still lingers on with her unhealed scars. Hyun-nam has suffered from domestic violence by her husband for a long time, and although she used to be a cheerful and lively woman, she had to live without laughter. Yejin, despite his neat and kind appearance, still carries the trauma of his father's murder and struggles to move on from it. Through season 2, the fate of these individuals on both sides of the bright and dark nights is expected to change, and there is great anticipation for what will happen. 3. 3 green shoes. Above Dong-yoon's head in the poster, there are 3 pairs of green shoes hanging. The significance of the green shoes is hinted at in the trailer that was released before the drama, as well as in the poster, suggesting that they are a crucial item in the development of the story. The owners of the 3 pairs of green shoes are Dong-yoon, Yeonjin, and Hae-jang. The appearance of the green shoes, which were present at the scene of Myung-go's murder, implies that they are an important key in unraveling the case. Yeonjin received the green shoes from her husband as a gift, thanking him for making her shine. With a husband who had both sense and wealth, Yeonjin was happy with her life, fulfilling her dream of marrying a rich man in high school. However, after visiting the scene of the murder of Sun Myung-go, Yeonjin wants to get rid of the shoes but can't throw away her husband's gift. She secretly polishes the shoes and has an outburst. The gift that made her shine becomes an object that holds her captive, as evidence in the murder case, causing her to spiral downward. Hyejung's green shoes are an object of aspiration for social status. Born as the daughter of a laundry owner, she grew up poor and still lives in poverty. But she is very vain and wants to be part of the rich class. For Hyejung, the green shoes symbolize the hope that I can become beautiful and be loved. She claims to have bought the shoes with her own money, but as she doesn't even have decent clothes to wear outside, the expensive shoes are beyond her means. It symbolizes her jealousy towards Yeonjin, whom she wants to resemble at any cost. Shoes are a symbol of empathy and understanding of others' pain, as seen in one's shoes, which means to think from someone else's perspective. In The Glory, the line between perpetrators and victims is clear, and the perpetrators lack empathy. Through the green shoes, the writer Kim Yoon-suk may be suggesting that to avoid becoming a perpetrator in a society where people come together, one needs to have the ability to empathize with others. The green shoes are evidently related to a person who was involved in the death of Myungbo, and there was a scene showing this person wearing the shoes. It is likely that the green shoes will play an even more important role in Season 2. 4. The Watch. The watch symbolizes Moon Dong-yoon's high school homeroom teacher. When she asked for help as a victim of school violence, no one helped her. The homeroom teacher said things like, "It is no big deal," on the side of the perpetrators at the police station, and before he mercilessly wielded violence in front of other teachers at the faculty room, he took off the watch on his wrist. This watch is evidence of the violence that the homeroom teacher wielded. When his son, an educator, was promoted, he gave him this watch as a gift. The gift of this watch contains pride for his son, who will continue the family tradition of being an educator, and also contains his own self-esteem as an educator. Worried that the violence might be exposed and jeopardize his future, he refused to accept the watch. When you give someone a watch as a gift, it means that you are a precious person and that you want them to remember the time you spent together. Refusing the watch of his father, who gave him the gift, meant that he did not value the time spent with his father, and that he would reject the time spent together in the future, breaking his relationship with his father. What Dong-yoon wanted to say through his son was, "You are not a true educator or a great father." 5. The Checkerboard. The checkerboard is a very important setting in the drama. In order to approach the husband of Yeonjin, Dong-yoon learned how to play basic Korean chess from Young-jing. Do-young likes things that have clear lines, like a checkerboard. As the representative of a construction company, Do-young said that he was born into a life where he was given the stone, the advantage in basic. In other words, he was born into a privileged life, where he could live more easily than others. As Do-young met Dong-yoon for the first time, he faced the challenge of possibly losing what he had built up. In basic, as black and white stones build their own homes and attack the opponent's homes one by one, it is expected to see how Dong-yoon will attack Do-young and the perpetrators such as Yeonjin. 6. The Pencil. The pencil is a symbol of the dream that Dong-yoon had of becoming an architect. After the violent incident, Dong-yoon dropped her dream of becoming an architect and changed her life goal to seek revenge on Yeonjin. Despite facing the difficult challenge of working in a factory and studying at the same time due to her family's difficult financial situation, Dong-yoon overcame the hardships of long days and nights of studying and was finally admitted to a teacher's college. In Korea, getting into a college of education is so difficult that one must be ranked as the top of their class. Later, her homeroom teacher was surprised and amazed, exclaiming, "How could you become a teacher? Because it is nearly impossible for someone who has dropped out of school." 7. The Blue Shopping. The Blue Shopping bag says, Siesta, which is the name of the luxury shop run by Jaejun. Jaejun named the shop Siesta because he likes to have affairs with Park Yeonjin. It seems like he has had a long-time crush on her. The shop is also a place where another victim of school violence, Kyung-ran, works as a clerk. Kyung-ran is being used, but since she doesn't have any sense of boundaries, all the perpetrators are being exposed there. it is very probable that Kyung-ren is collecting evidence to take revenge step by step. So we can look forward to how she and Dong-yoon will take action in Season 2. 8. The curling iron. The curling iron is an object that represents Myung-go's school violence. In high school, Myung-go used a curling iron to physically attack Dong-yoon. Surprisingly, this incident actually occurred in a school in Cheongju in 2006. One can only imagine how much pain the victim endured at that time, and may still be suffering. Dong-yoon not only experiences mental pain from the burn caused by the curling iron, but also physical pain as the area is still itchy and dry. Even after treatment, burn patients often experience ongoing discomfort and itching, particularly during poor weather conditions or when their overall health is poor. Despite applying medication, does Myung-go know about this endless suffering? 9. The sneakers. There is a pair of sneakers hanging from a tree. In the drama, there were scenes of Dong-yoon wearing old sneakers during his high school days, and the shoes symbolize the violence she suffered. In particular, one pair is securely tied to the trunk of the tree, representing Dong-yoon's high school days, when she was left alone in the world, barely clinging to life with just one thread, without anyone to help him. 10. The medical scalpel. The medical scalpel represents Chu Young-jang. As a plastic surgeon, Chu Young-jang's profession involves handing scalpels. But like Mun Dong-yoon, she also has someone she wants to seek revenge against. The killer of his father's patient, Young-chun, continues to harass Chu Young-jang with letters from prison, showing no remorse. Chu Young-jang struggles with how to seek revenge against the murderer. To this, Mun Dong-yoon tells her, "I don't need a prince, I need a rogue who can dance with a sword." Chu Young-jang willingly offers to be the rogue who dances with a sword. While we wait for Season 2 to start in 2 weeks, it feels like the writer has given us a lot to keep us from getting bored. That is my interpretation of the Glory poster. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to subscribe and click the like button. You will get to see more of this video on the Glory. Please feel free to share your thoughts on the comments below. What do you like about the symbols of the drama?